Hi, I'm Life Coach Landry, and the topic is compatibility when it comes to finances. Are you financially compatible with your partner? The number one reason for divorce is finances in America. Now, that's not true for every couple that's probably ever broke up, but it's a pretty dominating factor. So I'm going to talk about 4 ways you need to ask and topics to discuss to find out if you're compatible, okay? You know, if this relationship that you're in right now is on track and you're watching this video and you're ready for that commitment, it's time for the talk. You know, I want you to go ahead and I want you to make that date, you know, have some wine, remember the priority of the love you have for each other, and slowly dive in, right? Discover where your match and where you want to adjust the following financial money matters, okay? Number 1, budgeting. Do you look at it as liberating or do you look at it as depriving? Okay, choosing to work with a personal budget plan on a regular basis can be very freeing. Think of it as a tool that allows you to spend without guilt and save time, and it's just have more ease overall in your relationship. Once you have a spending plan and you know what you have available to spend and no longer are sitting there worrying every day and guessing and depending on credit cards as a type of supplemental income to get you through just in case, this means that managing bills in a timely manner, avoiding late fees, knowing what to anticipate rather than being blindsided or supposed emergencies. What it is about having a personal spending plan and being able to control your choices, and spending that still feels like deprivation to you. So if one person in the couple feels deprived and the other person feels liberated by a plan, I myself am a planner. You know, if you've watched any of my financial segments on home loans, how to be more financially successful, planning to me is quintessential to the building blocks of having a strong financial portfolio, because you're thinking about the future and you're doing it now so that you can go about your life every day and not be worried about planning. But everybody must have this conversation, okay? Number 2, spending, conscious or unconscious, okay? Does your day of convenient cashless spending go by on autopilot with no conscious recollection of the lattes and the downloads that you do throughout the day? Any clue how much money that you just trickled out of the account that day? Or are you one of those people that you're not on top of it, working with a handy tracking system and alerts? You have a conscious mental practice keeping you aware of your spending plan and your habits and your overall balance. Now, what this means is you need to discuss with your partner, are you a frivolous spender that's not that big of a deal? You spend what you like, you do what you kind of like, so you don't worry about it, or is another planned out mentality? The reason these conversations are important, your compatibility, if they become frustrated or you tightening things, or you tighten things on them, or you become frustrated because of them tightening things on you, you don't have a planner mentality. You have a kind of a float with the wind. As long as I'm taking in a certain amount of money, I'm not really worried about what's going out kind of mentality. That makes you incompatible. But if you're both planners, awesome. If you both go with the flow, we'll get to it. We talk about it once a month or something like that. You know, whatever. Number 3 would be debt. Something to avoid, or is it just a way of life? Okay. Remember, every time I say one of these, I'm giving you both sides. Meaning one person could land here, one person can there. What you want to do is see if you both land on one or the other together. Because if 3 or 4 of these you land together, you're pretty financial compatible. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. Debt, something you avoid, or is it just a way of life? Debt often has a variety of emotional charges around it related to childhood memories, debt collectors, or impossible student loans. So based on your life experiments or temperament, are you the type who focuses on avoiding or eliminating debt at all costs, okay? Or do you tend to mortgage your future against today's necessities? After all, why not live for today and trust the universe will take care of it tomorrow kind of attitude, right? Number 4, savings or saver or a spender, okay? Total difference here. Remember, I want you to, the grasshopper love to have fun and sing all summer, laughing at the industrious ant gathering the food and preparing for the winter. Are you an ant who believes in the emergency funds for the real emergencies? Events like work hours, suddenly cut back at your job, traffic fines, hidden cameras, outrageous vet bill, freak accident, or maybe like the grasshopper, you feel lucky if you manage to kind of keep a portion of any savings, depositing money in savings and then pulling it right back out again because of the lack of any budget planning is a hard cycle to break without any kind of conscious change, right? How about maxing out your retirement fund contributions at work? Do you believe in starting, young and leveraging the compounding explosion over time? Retirement is for the future. You're a grasshopper, you'll contribute later. That's the way grasshoppers look at it. Okay, so, and how, I want you to sit down. I want you to think, how did we come to the point where we needed to have this conversation? And then I want you to say, how did the talk go? Did you find a match or a good starting point concerning personal budget, spending, and debt and savings? It's time to find out, right? If it's the number one thing that breaks couples up, it's never too early to talk about it. But then again, you might be a grasshopper. So I'm going to go over it one more time. Budgeting. Do you find it liberating or depriving? Okay. Number 2, spending. Do you do it conscious or unconsciously? Okay. Number 3, debt. Something you avoid, or do you just consider it that's life? Everybody has debt. Number 4, savings, saver, or spender. Okay. So this may mean something to you. It may not, but like I said, find out. Are you an ant or are you a grasshopper? I hope this information was helpful. You can book a personal session with me if you'd like to talk about finances and ways to improve your life to become more financially successful. And if you just found this information of value to you, you can show your appreciation by buying me a cup of coffee and clicking the donation button and let me know. Keep drinking coffee and keep giving you free content. I will talk to you soon.